Okay, here's my pickups for today. What you see before you represents about $125 in spending by me. I'm going to go through everything quick. It's a little bit of an assortment today. I will start with this nice mid-century modern watercolor in frame. Paid $5 for it. Signed by an artist. Kind of looks like a guy named Miller, but it's nicely done. $5 can't go wrong. It should easily sell for like 20 to 30 at a flea market, probably more if I could figure out who the guy is. Bought a GameCube. Normally I don't buy these. This is only $5, but the reason I did buy this is because it has a Game Boy player. This will play Game Boy Advance, Game Boy, the original Game Boy games, and Game Boy Color games, right? And I mean, for $5 now, the only problem is it did not have the disc to play it with. I could probably get it online, but still, these are great, and you barely ever find these. The game, and I could always sell a GameCube on its own while I'm looking for the right place to sell the Game Boy player. Okay, I bought a few games, not a lot, and I paid more for these, more than I normally like to, but I think I can sell this one for more. You know, I get mixed up with these Budokais. I think the Tenkaichi ones are the more valuable ones, but I think I could sell this at 8 or 10. I actually wound up spending almost $4 a piece for these, like $3.50 a piece. But I never heard of Sim Earth, the Living Planet, so I'm hoping that's worth a little bit more than $4. Normally I would only sell these for $4 or $3 at the flea market. This one's Ultraman. I'm not familiar with these games. Hopefully they'll be worth a little bit more. Got a Dragon Ball Z and a Final Fantasy X2. Again, I'm hoping that's an $8 or $10 game for me at the flea market. I got a bucket of jewelry. I'll get to that later. I bought a Nintendo 64 original. Came complete with an extra power supply. I keep getting extra power supplies, but that's fine with me. They'll come in handy. I'm sure these almost always work, so I'm not really worried about that. I got 3 crappy games to go with it for $1 a piece, which is fine. I only sell them for like $3 or, you know, something like that. I got a few 360 games. They're not pristine looking, and 2 of the games are the same. Forza Motor Sport 3, but I only paid $5 a piece for them, and I could sell them for like $8 or $10 at the flea market. They're nice to have. People like buying new systems better than old. I got a Grand Theft Auto 3, not really worth much, but an easy sell, popular game. I think that covers all the gaming stuff. We bought a couple of cookbooks, but that's mostly for ourselves. Vegetarian Times and the Inspirational Vegetarian. Apparently we're going to eat more vegetarian food. The only perfume I bought today, and today there was like 0 yard sale, so everything I got was at a flea market called the Meadowlands. Everything I got was there today. Anyway, I bought these 2 bottles of Chanel for gentlemen, which I'm not really familiar with, but the box looks right. I've had this box before in other Chanel perfumes. It looks like it has age, for sure, and the bottles look just like the older Chanel bottles do. And these are large sizes, 4 fluid ounces, and they look mostly full. So for my $10, I'm assuming I have at least $50 on eBay, possibly more if I'm lucky, in Chanel Cologne right there. But that's my ballpark guess. Let me get to the perfume. Let me get to the jewelry. We spent $60 for this box of jewelry that you see here. Let's see. You know, most of it doesn't really look very special, but there are a few I'm not even looking at it. There are a few decent pieces in here. Let's see. This is a Kramer. This is also a Kramer. So those are the money pieces. We should be able to make above the $60 that we paid on that. And then the rest of it is just nice stuff. I don't really see anything on that. This is kind of a cool Zodiac pendant, but to us at a flea market, without it being anyone, you know, that's like maybe a $5 to $10 piece. This is missing something, so whatever it is, if it's not in there, it's parts for us. And then this is just pretty pens like this. This for us at the flea markets we go to is maybe like I don't know, $5 to $8. Here's an enamel necklace. Some of the enamel's worn on it. This is probably like a no-seller for us. This one's kind of neat. You know, I should have spread this stuff out, but this looks like kind of a little bit of a nice collar necklace. We could probably get 8 to 12 for something like that. Not a special looking piece there. Probably another 8. This is a nice cameo. This is one of the glass ones we can probably get about don't know, maybe like 8 to 12 at the flea markets we go to. I mean, you know, better flea markets you can get more for this. This is garbage. This pen's kind of nice looking, probably $5 to $8 for us. Let's see, what else we got here? Like I said, I had this necklace is probably, I'm sorry, bracelet, bangle. This is probably, well, that was probably a $5 piece. Nothing special here, just a nice pendant, maybe $5. Well, I got one cuffling apparently. Nope, here's the other one. And it says something on the back, I do not know. Seabrook Farms, I don't know what that means. But they're nice. They show wheat and corn, actually corn. So those are probably like $5. This ring is garbage, it's missing stones. Here is a nice rhinestone collar necklace, probably only $10, 10 to 15 for us at most. Apparently rhinestone is not very popular where we are right now. So as you can see, mostly just odds and ends. Here's another rhinestone. This is probably like a $5 to $8 rhinestone. Just a pin. This is why we spent $60 for the box. We probably would have spent $25 to $30 a piece just to have these. I think online, which is where I will probably have to sell these two pieces, they'd probably be good for, I don't know, $75 or so. But I will find out. And that looks like everything that I got today.